So I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one. So I'm not going to mention any names here because, well, the main one I don't really know, and frankly I haven't seen any of his content. And really I'm not making this to go back and forth with him because, frankly, I don't have time or any interest for that. But they'll know who they are, and many of you watching this, you'll know who they are too. And for those that don't, it doesn't really matter. The message will be the same. So for several months now, I've had people subscribing to my channel saying JJ Stoner sent them. They all left nothing but positive comments, but I didn't know who this JJ guy was. But after about 100 people said the same thing, I decided to look him up. And it turns out that he's got a YouTube channel. So when I saw him on live the next day, I jumped on to watch. That's when I realized that his stream was labeled Midget Wednesdays, which is pretty ironic because I just started making a video on how I feel about the word midget. He immediately said that I showed up on the wrong day, and he hoped I didn't take it the wrong way. He didn't want me to see the channel in that light. I said that I believe in free speech, and I don't think that it's my right to control the words that he says. But that after I released the video that I was working on, that he probably wouldn't call me a midget to my face. And that wasn't a threat. That was just my opinion. Because I knew that after he watched the video, that he'd understand my perspective, even if we do have a different opinion on the word. So what is my perspective? Well, I feel like the majority of the people that are using the word, they're not doing it out of hate. They're doing it out of ignorance. And I know little people are hearing this and say, it's 2022. Enough with the ignorance. And I get it. But I also know that I only met 2 other little people up until the age of 21. So it's safe to assume that most average-sized people haven't met too many little people either. So ignorance is to be expected. I mean, when I was young, my family was misinformed to the fact that midgets are proportional and dwarves are not. But that's not true either, because midgets is just a slang term. And anyone that has a genetic condition that results in an adult height of 4'10" or shorter actually has a form of dwarfism. But not everyone, including little people, have this knowledge. So as a kid, I didn't get offended if somebody said, "Are you a midget?" I just got annoyed. And that's just because I'm a person that likes precision and accuracy, even in language. That's it. So I put together a video and I released it later that week. I was a little curious to see what JJ would think. Not that it would hurt my feelings either way. Up until that point, I had only seen a portion of one live show. And even to this date, I haven't seen too much of his content. So to the offended group, you may be wondering, why would I defend somebody you call a hate group when I haven't even seen much of his content? They'll say I'm doing it just for clicks and to get subs on my channel. And my reply to that would be, I definitely appreciate the new subs he brought me. But isn't that the point of doing a YouTube channel? Aren't you trying to build it and get new subs? But don't get it twisted and think that I'm selling out just for subs. Because frankly, I don't want just anybody as a sub on my channel. Because in fact, up until this point, I've received 0 hate comments on any of my videos. Not one. Oh, but I will now. And it won't be from the JJ Stoner hate group. No, it'll be from other little people. You know, the offended group. The victims. The ones that want everybody to bow down to their wishes. And if not, you're racist. You're misogynistic. And you need to be canceled. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can't cancel me. Because I mean what I say. And I never apologize for any of it. So you might be wondering, what was JJ's response to my video? Well, I didn't change his mind on the word midget. He still associates the word with joy, fun, and yes, entertainment. However, since that day, his Wednesday live stream, it's now called M Wednesdays. He no longer spells out the word midget in the title. You know, clickbait. The offended group don't want to admit this, but you know what? That's progress in their direction. You're welcome. Now, isn't that amazing that by voicing my opinion in an adult and civilized way, and not by demanding him to change his language, that he actually did change the word in the title to his streams? It's amazing what you can do when you garner somebody's respect before you try to cram your opinions down their throat. Now, they'll say he's still making fun of little people, and I'll say he's still making fun of a lot more than just little people. Anyone that makes himself a target for ridicule, they can be ridiculed. After all, this is the internet. They want to be taken so serious. Well, then do something serious. If you put on a costume for every gig and literally get paid off of nothing but your dwarfism, how are you not contributing to the culture that you're crying about? The one you want to cancel and eliminate. And I'm not hating on the industry. Do your thing. Anyway, I guess the point that I'm making is I feel like we're always going to get stared at all the time anyway. So what's so bad about getting paid off of it? But if we do get paid off of it, then we're just a hypocrite if we turn around and cry about the response we get from it. And another thing I should touch on. Just because you're a little person and somebody makes a joke about your physical appearance, It doesn't mean they're doing that just because you're a little person. Or because they hate little people. It might just be because you made yourself a target. So I'm sure a lot of people need to hear this, but just because you're a female doesn't make it misogynistic. Just because you're black doesn't make it racist. Just because you're gay doesn't make it homophobic. And just because you're short doesn't make it disability hate. I mean, I know you took it personal, but maybe that's all it is. Personal. Maybe it's not about the group at all. Maybe you just painted a big target on your face. So I guess the only reason I'm making this video is as sick as you are of the word midget, that's how sick I am of cancel culture. And the fact is, I only judge somebody based on the interaction that I have with them, not about hearsay. Now, aside from what I think about victimhood, let's talk about the real topic I'm addressing today. Is JJ Stoner's YouTube channel really a hate group? I mean, that's what they're claiming, and they're trying to get him shut down. Well, it doesn't always mean it's hate speech, just because it's speech that you hate. My initial thought was, there's no way he's hateful. Not with the response that I've gotten. Why would so many people be coming to my channel from his, leaving nothing but positive and friendly comments? Not one comment has been the slightest bit rude. Hell, in fact, none of them are even about my dwarfism. But then again, that's not the gist of my content. People follow me because of my hobbies, my interests, and my skills. It just so happens to be a bonus that I'm doing the things that I'm doing, and I'm a little person. Because that just makes for better entertainment, right? But anyway, after the response JJ gave my video, I knew he wasn't about hate. He just hates BS. As far as the content I've seen on his channel, it's pretty much all random. Typically of extreme nature. Extremely unique or extremely crazy. With some comedic undertones. And like all good comedy, some of it's gonna be dark. And a lot of people that have been through physical and mental pain do like dark comedy. I know I do. I mean, I use a wheelchair to get around, but nothing made me laugh as hard as Terry.
Ow, Lord! Oh, Steve! What you doing, Terry?
Rest in peace, Terry. So JJ isn't a little person or have any obvious disability. So what mental or physical pain has he been through? Well, the truth is he does happen to suffer from a very rare blood condition that I don't even know the name of. But I tell you what, it sounds more painful than what I'm going through. It literally causes huge boils to pop up all over his skin, many of which that have to be drained by a doctor. And no, this doesn't give him a pass to be a hate group, but to think that he's just out there hating on people with a disability, that'd be way off base. He's actually laughing to escape his pain. So I'll choose to laugh with him. And that doesn't mean I have to agree with everything he says, or like all of his content. I can turn my attention elsewhere anytime I choose. And I'm not making this video to hate on those that are hating on JJ, or to start a fight with them. Because frankly, I don't waste my energy on going back and forth. I'll say what I have to say and be done with it. As you can see if you look at my channel, I'm about inspiring and motivating, not internet views. But I will always call out wrong when I see it. And based on that, I'll always be willing to defend a stranger. So I just wanted to share my experience and why I know that JJ Stoner is not a hate group. So that's it. I shared my 2 cents, if anyone cares. Oh, by the way, if you hadn't subbed yet, sub. Trying to get to 1,000. And all those JJ Stoner fans, if you're watching this and you haven't subbed to my channel, come on over and sub now. We can join families and give them more reason to hate. So now I'll go back to doing cool stuff, like sharing content of my wildlife and building custom stuff just my size. Because like me, life is short, and like a little person asks, my desire to live it, it's huge. Thanks for watching, and until next time, y'all have a good one.